Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the What the Football channel. This is the BH and Scrubber Show. We are here today to talk about the preview to the Washington Commanders playing against the New York Giants, the G-Men. And it's our first game. I'm looking forward to it. Last year, I think we beat them twice, barely. The infamous field goal game. And yeah, we beat them. Looking forward to it. The game is on Sunday at 1 o'clock Eastern time. I am not going to be able to call that game, folks, so I apologize for that. Scrubber got to work and make money. But I will be watching the game while I'm working, so I can do that. All right, BH, you want to kick us off? You got anything to say? Jump on in.
Yeah, man, I'm just pretty excited for the game and and this matchup. These guys. For some reason, on paper, we should have thumped them pretty good last year, but and then I think the year before they whooped us. So Giants always play us strong. Doesn't seem to matter. You always say it's those divisional games. It doesn't really matter.
Right.
Teams really fight, and it's the first game of the year. So people got to be ready. I think quickly before we get going on the matchups and everything, I think we should look at the just the injury reports.
Yeah.
Basically, on their end, it's basically the big one is Andrew Thomas. It's his foot. He's looking doubtful to me. And like you mentioned earlier, you told me like Malik Neighbors came on with a back strain. I bet you $100,000 Malik Neighbors is going to play.
Yeah.
But he is on the report. Yeah, that's going to be tough for them if Andrew Thomas doesn't play. He's their best lineman. And even with him on that line, it's a bottom 10 offensive line. They're not, they need work. And on our end, we got guys kind of nicked up a little bit and everything, but really the big two are going to be Noah Brown, the wide receiver, and Jonathan Jones. So they did not practice. Right. And usually Friday did not practice. Usually a lot of times means you're not going to play. So we're going to probably be bringing down one of those two receivers off of our practice squad, maybe onto the roster because we've only got 5 receivers. If Noah Brown can't go, someone else has got to come in there. So anyway, that's something that's something just for everyone to know. That'll be interesting to see how that transpires. So, but now we want to look at how our offense is going to do against their defense. Yeah. Well, I think with our offense, it's just there's some question marks because we have new people. But, man, we've got with Jaden, with Eckler, with Ertz, so many people coming back. Terry, got a core coming back. And then, we add Laramie Tunsil and Connerly. There are bookends. We got Debo. We got this great rookie, Jalen Lane. So to me, man, it's like our killer offense from last year plus. I mean, we've just boom. Now we don't know how that's going to transpire. We don't know how that's going to work. It's the first game, but really on paper should be super, super good. I mean, options galore for our quarterback. And we really, the only negative, and it probably isn't a negative, we did, lose Brian Robinson.
Yeah.
But I think our core running crew is awesome. We're familiar with the top 3. We saw them a lot last year in different ways. And so I think they're very strong. We got Merritt, we got Bill there. We don't know how much Bill's going to play. It's he's listed as 4th officially on the depth chart, but those things, they don't always matter till the game's played, when you see that. But their defense is actually pretty darn good in a way. Their back end, not that great. It kind of got a couple older guys. Deonte Banks wasn't that good last year. But man, what do you think of their defensive and their outside linebackers? I mean,
oh, definitely. Okereke, Micah McFadden, they're trouble for us. Their defensive line is definitely trouble for us. Kayvon Thibodeau blowing us up last year. Dexter Lawrence blowing us up. Brian Burns again wreaking
Yep.
havoc on us. And now they got Abdul Carter. And my apologies go out to Abdul Carter for for calling you out for what Jalen Carter did last night in the game. So I want to apologize to Abdul if you're watching this.
Sorry, Abdul. It was the other Carter.
It was the
Yeah.
other Carter. So yeah, they look really good. I think we can get our running game going against them. We can take advantage of that weaker defensive backs that they got.
Yeah.
So and that running game we got is looking really good. You know, their guys aren't bad. They got that Raheem Nunez guy. He's pretty good. Like I said, McFadden's good. Their nickel, Drew Phillips, is good. And they got their new corner actually is pretty good. Is that Paulson Adebo.
Yeah.
But he's their newest guy. So he's really their standout guy. But I think, you know, with their, like you said, older DBs and we might be short a receiver, that might even out a little bit. And we really need to get that run going against them, although they can probably be pretty good against our run. So
yeah, they really can.
Their run stop.
Yep. And I think also we can really kind of stop those three linebackers you mentioned, you know, from really pinning their ears back by also doing bubble screens, quick pops, you know, a lot of those, you know, throw the ball, you know, way outside and in those bunch patterns, force them guys to have to spread out and cover. Don't let them just, you know, come right in off the edge. Force them, put it in their head that there's going to be all these different screens to the left, to the right. And, you know, you're going to have to, and everyone, even pass rush specialists are responsible for their zone, their area, and their run coverage. So, yeah, and I think gosh, is not very many teams set up as good as us for being able to do that. Mix the ball up. You never really know who's going to get the ball because, I mean, we do spread it around incredibly. It's just out of the blue, some guy will get 3 catches in the third quarter. And where'd that come from? So, yeah, I'm looking forward to it. But I guess the main thing, too, is the protection. I think we've upgraded the right and left tackle, which is really good when you consider these 3 pass rushers. And if you had a tackle problem, that would not be good. So we've got 2 really good offensive tackles now. One is a rookie, but I think it's great that we have that. And but you need it against those 3 guys. So yeah, I think we can, like you say, we can chip away and move on these guys and make them work harder than they want to, and just get down and score on them.
I think that Connerly being on that right hand side against Abdul Carter ought to be something to look at. I think they played against each other in college as well. So to see that little rivalry continue into the NFL is pretty cool.
Yeah, it is. So from here, where do we go?
Well, while we're on defense, we could just talk about our defense, the Washington Commanders defense. We look really good. We were 30th in the run stop last year. That's total shit. So hopefully this year they fixed it. We brought in Von Miller. I think Dietrich Wise really stepped up. We got Daron Payne and we got David Kinlaw, who we paid a lot of money for.
Yep.
Hopefully he'll pay off. We got Eddie Goldman, Johnny Newton, and then, you know, like Dietrich Wise, Eddie Goldman, Jalen Holmes. They could be good run stoppers. Von Miller, of course, on the pass rush. Could be good. And of course, our linebacker core is unbelievable. Bobby Wagner, Frankie Luvu, Jordan McGee is healthy again. I'd like to see what Kane Medrano can do, and especially see what Ali Cajo could do.
Yeah.
He really did great in the preseason. He was a tackling machine. You know how I am about tackling. It's crucial. So, and they threw Nick Bellore in there, but I don't believe, you know, he's a good special teams, but he's not a linebacker. Then the other key things for me are the cornerbacks. Marshawn Lattimore has to produce. Last year, he really didn't do that great, but luckily, you know, if he's covering Malik Neighbors and Malik Neighbors ain't 100%, that's helpful for him. So and then we got our new guy, Trey Amos. He's a rookie. They're probably going to throw him out there to the Wolves. And of course, we got Mikey Samer still. He's rock solid. Got no problem with him. And then backing all them up is Jonathan Jones. We talked about he might not make it. Oh, Noah Igbenogany and Carlin Viggers.
Yep.
He's okay. And then our safeties, Will Harris, Quan Martin. They're awesome. Jeremy Reeves was blowing up the preseason. Percy Butler, he's a staple. And then, of course, the unknown is Tyler Owens.
Yeah.
So I'd like to see what he can do out there and get him out there and going. I think with this team, we need to stop their run and stop my most hated enemy of all time, Russell Wilson, and the stupid fucking lucky moonball. So
Yep.
he can't throw over the middle. So our guys on the outside should have an easy time of it, if you ask me. So.
Yeah, I agree, man. He has a hard time, and that pressure up the middle, like you said, Javon Kinlaw and Deron Payne should just be blowing up their center and pushing them back, and that'll help. That's going to help Marshawn Lattimore because if he's going to be playing out there wide with Neighbors, then he can get a little help from the safety cheating over because we know the midget can't throw over the middle, so it's not always a detriment. So he could get a little help. And I think he has to accept that with a lot of these star receivers, because if he covers them and he gets a little help, there aren't a lot of other weapons out there. Malik is pretty much it. That's not true of a lot of teams, but with the Giants, man, there's just not a whole lot of weaponry. And so, but stopping the run is going to be, we talked about it. I mean, they look improved on the D-line. We've got Mike Samer still back in the slot where he's supposed to be, which is going to help our run game and tackling immensely. Because that guy, he can detect plays. He's a wrap-up tackler. He doesn't just cover. He does it all over there. So that's going to help a lot. But we need to see it happen. Because it was an abomination, man. So we can't have people running on us like we did last year. Just can't happen. And so, I mean, they've got some decent running backs, but there's no one that scares you. There's no one that you got to be freaked out about. Russ, like you said, he does do the moon ball, but other than that, he's an easy guy to corral. He doesn't have he still has some decent pocket presence, and he does move around pretty well in the pocket, but he doesn't have getaway speed. So, man, if Dorrance, Armstrong, and Von Miller are coming after him, he's in trouble. He just doesn't have that getaway speed anymore. So, we got to put that pressure. And I'm really excited, man, for Trey Amos, I mean, for a rookie to go out there and start, that's pretty cool. And I love the way he tackled in college. So that's why they got him. He's a big, strong guy who's not afraid to tackle. So once again now, it looks good for tackling. So I'm pretty excited.
Yeah. Again, with Russell Wilson, I always saw when I watched him, he always had to run at 110% at all times to do what he did. He's not like some of these guys, like some of these quarterbacks can run at 85, 90% and do good. And then when they need to turn it on, they throw that extra 10% and they can do what they do. They don't always have to run at 100%. Wilson always has to run at 110% at all times to do what he does. And he can't keep that up. And then, they got the running back Cam Scatabo. Some people are talking about him like he's the next reincarnation of, Emmitt Smith or something like that. So we should keep an eye on him. But Tyrone Tracy is good. They even have Devin Singletary.
Yeah, Singletary's still around.
He's still fucking doing it. And he did pretty good against us, if I'm not mistaken, last year. But their front line could use some help. If they don't have Andrew Thomas, they've also got that Greg Van Roten guy, and he's 35 years old out there playing. So their front line is a little sketch. So our defense should have that front line covered and shut down that run that they're going to possibly try and throw at us. Looks good for us. They got Darius Slayton. Not worried about him. Wan'Dale Robinson can be probably a factor, but probably not too much.
No, not much at all. And Slayton, he's a good deep ball guy, which plays into what Russell Wilson's doing. But he's a one trick pony, and we know what's going on. So, yeah, I think just get that guy, force him to run to his left, which that would just kill him.
Yeah.
There's no more him throwing. He might throw a moon ball barely out when he goes to his left, but you can pretty much shut him down if you can push him out of the pocket to his left side. He'd be toast. So once again, this is a game I think we should win 30-13, but I guarantee you it won't be that way because it's just for some reason it just isn't that way. So I sure hope we get the W, man. I'm excited to see it.
Yeah, I'm good with it. Their special teams and our special teams are what they are. I'm not scared of. They've got a pretty good punter, and they've got Graham Gano as their kicker, who's okay. I'm still worried. I'm not worried about Tress, but I am kind of worried about Matt. Our kicker. So we'll have to roll with that and see how it goes. I'm excited for Sunday's game. I will get to watch it on my phone, but I'm not going to be calling it. So I apologize, everybody. But the following Thursday against Green Bay, I will be able to call the game.
Good deal.
Yep.
That's right. So, and we'll do a show early in the week, maybe, next week.
Yeah, do a double show, a preview and a post game.
Yeah,
a post game and a preview for the upcoming game. So excited.
All right, man. That's it, man.
All right. Thanks, everybody.
See you guys.